Right. Right. There are other suppliers for small
for companion animals.
And they would be the supplier for the animal market as well.
And not GE.
Only.
So GE doesn't have this stuff.
No, GE sold their business to Varian a number of years ago. Philips got out of the business. They sold their business to Electa.
Okay. Okay. And who do you have? Who would you say is the kind of best equipment in the market?
Well, if you look at market share, Varian obviously is the top end, and then Electa's behind them. Then Accuray is hanging on. They've got a new piece of equipment for treating heads. It wouldn't be applicable for vet applications. It's a cobalt machine that just covers the cerebrum, so above the neck. And then they also they bought a company called Tomotherapy. So they have a circular machine that looks like a CT, and they deal primarily in the cobalt market.
Yeah.
They have CyberKnife. CyberKnife is their other big machine.
And when you think of like the machines for animals, it's the Edge or the True Beam?
I would say True Beam. That you probably wouldn't find a place that would want to spend the extra money for the Edge, because it's another $750,000 for the stereotactic stuff, and that's really more for specific things that are human-based. You wouldn't spend that kind of money on an animal. They wouldn't have those kind of tumor issues.
Yeah. Did you ever get involved with trying to prove out the ROI for customers or for vet hospitals who are buying this?
Not for that, because they would put those prices are usually, those price ranges are usually within the budget approval level for the departments. So they're going to budget for a LENAC. They're going to budget out 3-4 years in their planning system. So we never had to deal with the ROIs. They just knew they needed it because their machine they had was old, and they just had to replace it. It was going to last them probably on their books 10 years, amortize it that long, because their treatment volumes aren't going to be as high as on the human market.
Yeah. Yeah.
For instance, we got a machine in Delray Beach that's now been in 4 months of operation. They're treating 60 patients a day. You'd never have that many animals unless you had just a huge vet practice that would treat that many animals a day.
Yeah. And are you guys doing anything to develop any new machines or new technologies for animals specifically? Or is that just not big?
Well, I retired from Varian a year ago, and I don't remember them having anything along those lines. That wasn't the target market. The vets would buy, even in the CT market, you wouldn't find things that were specifically made for a horse. You could make one that had a big enough bulbar to put a horse on for a whole body. There's not enough business to make it worthwhile. So for that market, that's why the dogs, and you'll see some therapy that you can do with the LENAC, because it's like a big C if you've seen one, and you can get a horse on it. You can get a horse in it. Probably wouldn't do a cow, but a horse or a monkey for training purposes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So.
So if somebody were to try to look at the market and say, well, I would like to get into that market and I'll be the only animal LENAC company, I would say that'd be a pretty hard thing to do, to develop a company that has enough market to make enough money, sustain a new business.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it for my questions.
Okay. And
appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, and the training for the docs, for the vets, would be the same as radiation oncologists, and more than likely you'd find a radiation oncologist doing that work in conjunction with the vet, for the simple reason that they just get called in to do the cross-animal treatments rather than a vet specialist going into radiation therapy training, because they might not treat that many patients worthwhile for the cost of getting that kind of a license and 4 years of training.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, thank you for the time.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Bye.